Hi, welcome to our Grace Connect tutorials. My name is Esther, and this episode is about how to manage a group's calendar events in Grace Connect. Now, this tutorial is designed for anyone using a computer, which is what I always recommend for the easiest navigation. Now, this video is only applicable if you're a group leader or assistant leader. If you're not, you don't need to watch this episode. If you need help with the Lead app, please watch our later episode about how to use the app. And finally, a new design for Grace Connect is currently in development and a release is planned for later this year. So if what you see here doesn't quite look the same, just check back later and we'll be updating the videos after the software releases. Okay, so let's start by logging in and going to whatever group you manage on Grace Connect. Like in our other episodes, we'll be using Grace Garrett's small group as an example group, but these same rules apply for just about all groups. The first thing you'll want to do when you get to the group is click on the Calendar tab over here. Right now, you can see that this small group already has its meeting time in the calendar every Monday night. No matter what type of group you have, you'll want to make sure you have calendar events for the things associated with your group. If you meet weekly, be sure to add that. Without it, you can't take attendance. Now, you can make a repeating event so that the event is automatically generated for you, or you can go in and add each week individually if things are slightly different every week. For example, my small group meets at a different house every week, so I create a new event for every week in which I put the address of where we're meeting. Because this information is stored within the group, only group members can access these addresses. That means that it's safe to put people's home addresses in these events. If your group is consistent on when and where it meets, you can add calendar events as repeating events. So let's walk through how to add a new event so that you know the process. There are two ways to start, either by clicking up here where it says New Event, or by going to the date you'd like your event and clicking Add Event. Once you've started this, it will ask you if you need rooms and resources. This is specific to rooms and resources at the church. The majority of group events take place off campus, so click on Rooms and Resources Not Needed. Once you choose that you don't need rooms and resources, more informational boxes will appear on your screen. Most of it's self-explanatory, like the event name, a photo, description, date, time, address. Here, where it says group, you'll just want to make sure that whatever group this event is for is the one listed. For example, if this event is a small group event, I want to make sure that Grace Garrett small group is what's chosen here. If you're creating the event but you aren't the actual organizer, you can list someone else here to manage the event for you. Otherwise, go ahead and mark yourself as the organizer. Once you hit save, you'll be brought into your event. The preview simply shows you the basics of your event, but there are other tabs where there are some really cool things we can do. Let's start over here at the guest list. Over here, there are invitation settings to choose from. These options are up to you depending on your event type. The only one I recommend always keeping checked is to let people see who all is coming to the event. Once you're done with that, click Change Settings to save your preferences and move on to where it says Add People to invite them to your event. There are 3 ways to add people. Since we're in a group, most likely you'll be wanting to invite people by group. It should default to your group as the group option. You can choose only to invite the leaders of the group or to invite everyone who's a member of your group. Depending on your event, choose which option is best and then click Add Now. If someone that's not in your group needs to be invited, you can use the People by Name option. Simply type the name of who you'd like to add and then click Add Now. From here, you'll now have a list of who's responded and how they've responded. If you need to manually change someone's response, simply click this box by their name and choose which option you need from this drop-down menu and click OK to update their response. The attendance section is typically used for small groups, so be sure to watch our episode on taking attendance for help with this particular area of the calendar. The only thing I'll mention about this is if you have a limit to how many people can RSVP for your event, you'll want to update your attendance settings in here to reflect the limit of people who are allowed to attend, and then hit Saved. For more details, watch our later episode. Moving on, check-in settings only apply to events scheduled by church staff, so you shouldn't need to do anything in here. If for some reason you do, contact your ministry leader to confirm what settings need to be chosen in this. Lastly, the Publish tab. Since we've created this event inside a group, the default is that it will be visible inside the group calendar page. The only events published to the public calendar are events open for anyone to attend, and the only events published to the church-wide calendar are events open to anyone inside of Grace Church. So typically, you won't need to request to add your event to either of these calendars. So that's how to create an event in your group. But let's say you've created an event and now you need to change something in it. Okay, so let's go back to the group calendar and take a look at how to do that. Go ahead and click on whatever event needs to be updated. There aren't a ton of events listed right now for this group, so we'll just use the regular small group meeting time. When I click on it, it will ask if I'd like to add an RSVP and will show the basic details of the event. As a group leader, you can see this button called Manage Event, which will allow you to make the changes. When you click on it, you'll be brought back to the second screen you saw when you created the event, and you can update the details inside. If you need to change something with the basics of the event, click up here and go to Edit this event. This will bring you to the original screen you saw when creating the event, and you can change this information as well. Just be sure to click Save at the bottom of your screen to make sure that the event updates correctly. Going back to this drop-down menu, this is also where you can choose to delete the event altogether if you need to do so. And that's all you need to know about how to manage a group's calendar events. Be sure to watch our episode on taking attendance if you still need help with that area of the calendar. If you have any other questions, as always, you can email us at graceconnect@grace-alone.org and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Otherwise, if you liked this video and want more information like it, like the video by giving us a thumbs up, click subscribe to see our other tutorials, and we'll see you later. Bye!